was my third track day, my second ever track day at Blackhawk Farms, and it was a blast. I loved it. I came home, and this is the first time I've ever been able to get some onboard footage. Now, it's not the greatest camera angle. I'm going to get one behind me next time, because body positioning is a huge thing that I'm doing all wrong. But I was getting pretty confident in myself. I mean, I felt so much more confident this time than the first time around. And I was getting over, and I was pretty consistent the whole time. And unlike the previous time where I was the guy being passed by everybody in the yellow novice class, which I'm in, I was constantly being held up. And it was interesting to experience that. What I'd like to do is figure out how I can get myself up to orange pace, which is the intermediate pace. And it's not even so much the pace, it's just the confidence to be able to do so, and the consistency in your lines and everything. And I got home, I watched some of this footage, I looked at what my fastest lap was, and that was about 136, and really I need to be about 130 and under. Now I'm on an SV650 Gen 1, but it is what it is. This is the last session of the day, so I did want to take it a little bit easier. And I am going to shut up for I got 3 laps where almost nobody's in front of me. I will shut up for that part and just let it go. But I'm going to talk through this control lap and show you where I think I'm losing pretty significant amounts of time just because I haven't had the balls and the confidence to actually hold the speed in those spots. So this control lap isn't going to be indicative of the pace that the 3 after will. Oh, and this is the great part. Watch this. My only neutral bomb the whole day. What an idiot. The control rider is just like, get this guy off my track. They always tell you the last session of the day is the most dangerous one because that's when people are at their lowest mental capacity, and obviously I just proved it. So turn 1 I feel like I've been doing pretty good on. Actually coming to the end of the straightaway I'm braking a lot later than most people, which gets me into some situations where I catch a guy a lot quicker than I expect to. This is the part of the track I am certain I am losing the most amount of time on, from the exit of 1 through 2. Right here is where I'm losing a ton of time because I'm trying to set up the carousel, and I think I'm spending too much on trying to set up the carousel that I lose way too much through 2. So coming out of this, we're going to be, well, the turns are all numbered really weird here, but we're going to be coming into 3 here, and I think I'm on the brakes a little harder than a lot of people trying to set up 3D on the other side, and maybe I need to switch that up. I'm also at a weird shift point that I'm not certain if I should be in 2nd or 3rd. So coming through here, I kind of wanted to run 3rd, and now I've seen some people straighten it up here, and like on this control lap that I did, but I really don't do that as much anymore. I want to hang it in 3rd, keep coming over, and I probably should swing this out further, but I've been keeping it further to the left. Now I feel like this turn 6 here I've actually been pretty darn good with, except for the one time I hit the curves on the inside a little too hard, which is why I've been swinging it a little further out. And this is the second part of the track where I'm just losing too much. That little 6A, I believe it's called, I'm just not keeping enough speed through there. Now, getting to the end of this, a lot of people are braking it, I think, way too early. I've been experimenting going into 5th, but just keeping it in 4th, but I'm on the brakes pretty hard here. And then this turn is the turn I'm most confident in, 7 right here. And now I'm going to shut up and let the next 3 laps play out. So about this point is where I realized I was going to start getting backed up again. Now this one's a little bit exaggerated because we were really getting bunched up, and this isn't how it went most of the day, but this is one where you just weren't going to be able to get around. But there is a lot to learn about riding behind somebody and just riding close to somebody and getting used to that I really didn't have a whole lot of issue with this. But there were times where I just wish I had a little bit more grunt to get past somebody and make one of those decisive passes. Now, obviously this one's going to look a little bit easier than most of them. There's a couple really short passing zones that were opened up, so I think they opened up about 4 or 5 passing zones for the novice class by the end of it. And there's 2 of them that I really, really wanted to use, and I could never quite figure out how to use it correctly. And the reason was I wasn't confident enough in the riders around me, and it wasn't because of what they were exhibiting, but it's because I know what they were going through, and it's something I went through the first time I was here. Now, the first time I ever was out, I was literally the only first person ever on a track, even that track. Here, in the 26 to 28 riders that there were in the novice class, like 12 of them were on their first ever track day, which is fucking awesome, and everybody that owns a motorcycle should do one of these, period. It makes you so much better of a street rider, and that's really what you want to be, as well as a track day rider. It's just, you're going to be safer, and you're going to enjoy it way more. But I know how much is going through my head on my first day, and I didn't want to throw in a pass that somebody may not have seen right away and obstruct their line at all, and I could just never set it up correctly because I was never certain if somebody was behind me that I could do it definitively without a ton of grunt and acceleration. And you're going to see right here, somebody does a pass I'd thought about so many times, and I just never felt confident enough doing it in a novice class. And I still don't know if I would have done what this guy does to split up the CR and that rider, and then he almost clips his toe on the ground. He's going to learn a hard lesson that I learned the first time. But I also knew that CR was following that guy, so I didn't want to split up the CR and that rider for that kind of reason, but you know, whatever. So this lady here is telling us that we won our track day, which is great, because they say anybody that keeps their bike shiny side up through all the sessions wins their track day. Little does she know that my track day is far from over. My biggest fucking worry about this entire day was about getting that trailer to and from U-Haul, because I've never hauled a trailer before, and oh my god, it's worked up as I was about actually taking a motorcycle on the track and, you know, getting after it. I was probably more worried about this goddamn trailer than anything, but me and the trailer, we made it to and from the U-Haul facility, and I don't know, I cannot wait to go back here. So I was disheartened when I saw 136, but I am seeing so many spots where there are literal seconds, just seconds sitting there for me to knock off. And the more confident I get, the more comfortable I'll be going around those things, pushing these Metzlers, you know, to where they want to go. And I'm excited for the next one.
The only reason I have markers, I put my foot on 7, but it was weird when I went on my toes, the bottom of it. They were waving a debris flag at 7, not this session, but before. And that's the first time I've ever slid a rear. I don't know if it was for oil. I had a pucker.
Are you going to get that rear to dance?
Oh, I mean,
scary as it is.
I know, I understand that. It's